So poops, Singapore and Malaysia are in competition with one another.
Or rather,
Malaysians like to have Singapore live rent-free in their heads. Education, we cannot win. Airport, we cannot win. Corruption, I don't know about your Iswaran, bro.
but we do have this guy.
But today got one thing we definitely win, and that is religious embezzlement. So poops, I discussed this with Firdaus Wong the other day. There's this idea that a lot of people out there, they will use religion for the purpose of getting votes or getting people to donate. And then there are like scandals like Aman Palestine.
When we look at all those kind of penunggang agama using religion, now, some people might think penunggang agama is being exclusively only for the Muslim.
Oh, definitely not.
No, it's not true. We just have to be very truthful. We just have to be very rational. That, have you heard about the controversial about this criminal breach of trust by Pastor Kong Hee in Singapore?
Of course, yes. Yeah, I know. It's like a really famous... He was trying to fund the career of his wife, I recall.
You know how much he has siphoned out from the church money?
What, was it like 50 million Sing dollars?
50 million Sing dollar to fund wife, singing career. Okay? No, but how many people talk about it? I don't deny. I'm not trying to be defensive.
But in Malaysia, we did better. It looks like 3 people were caught for siphoning 230 million ringgit in Zakat funds, 18 luxury vehicles, Porsches, Mercedes-Benz, properties worth 11 million ringgit. Wow. Come we compare 50 million Sing dollars versus 230 million ringgit. Which is more? Explain, explain, explain. Alright. 230 million is more than 50 million Sing? Yeah! Yeah! Okay, not exactly something to be proud of. But yep, that's what we have, Sapoops. 3 people, including a deputy chairman of an NGO, were arrested by the MACC. And apparently they did this over like 6 whole years, taking money out of the Zakat after the deputy chairman apparently transferred the money into his company account for investment purpose and also personal use. Wow. So poops, that is actually insane if you think about it. Because it's not just misappropriation of public funds or what we call CBT, criminal breach of trust, but it's literally also taking money that's collected in the name of a religious purpose. Cause poops, if you don't know what Zakat is, it's one of the 5 pillars of Islam, or the giving to charity or giving to the needy. It's also, by the way, 2.5% of your savings every year. You have to give it out, and it is a tax rebate against your income tax, but we don't talk about that. But anyway, it's supposed to go over to the poor, the needy, the people in debt, the people struggling in the path of God, meaning the mualafs, the Zakat administrators, and a whole range of other people like that. That shows a clear example of penunggang agama. Suppose this case is still in very early investigation, but what we know is that obviously 230 mil ringgit is more than 50 million Sing. But also in the Kong Hee case, got 6 people leh. Divide up still less than 9 million Sing per person, and in this Zakat case, bro, 230 mil divided by 3 people, tan ka siao wa kali kong. Now obviously the 2 cases are both bad, both punishable, both unacceptable no matter what religion you're from. But suppose this is not the only scandal that's been coming out. I think you probably all remember the Aman Palestine scandal. Yeah, 40 mil, breach of trust, fraud, money laundering. You probably also remember the GISB scandal, where the CEO was charged but apparently now has gone to just hang out, totally free to do whatever it is that they want. And you might have also heard about the 300 million alleged fraud investment probe featuring Islamic finance figure Dr. Muhammad Dawud Bakar. You know, those are all data points, and I don't think you can say anything about those data points on their own. I mean, it's all very good and well that we talk about this being a big problem despite Malay religiosity, but never actually solving the problem, postponing it for another generation. But I think you and I can agree, number one, that any kind of corruption, especially of the religious kind, is something that we need to avoid, we need to stop, actually deal with so that the people are accountable. But that's also why I think that at some point, you need universities to actually study where all this corruption is coming from, whether religion has anything to do with corruption, and maybe how you can actually reduce that corruption. Because as far as we can see in this country, the reputation that some of these people are having, whether they like it or not, is actually destroying the reputation of their group. However much they talk about how bribery got giver, got receiver, our Babi dan Raswah boy just comes out talking about how, nah, you know, all those Chinese people go and give lah, that's why got problem, while parading pictures of your good old Albert Tay. No, but seriously though, I think that you actually need to research this, and I think that it will be an interesting challenge for universities out there to really discover across the different groups controlling for population numbers or otherwise. You can't really just go into saying, oh, this group got corruption, that group also got corruption, therefore they are all equal. No, you cannot say that. No, actually go out there and research, and let's find out who is more corrupt, how much the corruption is, and then maybe then we can actually go and solve it. But on another note also, you know, the Kong Hee scandal is such that a lot of people might say that, hey, if you keep on following this Kong Hee, right, then you really are too far gone already leh. You xiao ah. Go and keep donating to him when he come on stage, his white color hair, then you go and clap for him for what? 气心 ah. And okay, fine. Maybe they are crazy, but maybe it is true also that there's an element of forgiveness in Christianity, even though Kong Hee did spend like a ton of money to basically hide what was happening. But people can say, hey, he did for love eh, 你做得出吗?
But no guys, never do such a thing.
I don't know how much love our Zakat scandal boy were bringing to bear when they had the Zakat money. Maybe they're going to give some kinds of wild explanations, kind of like, I tripped, I fell, and all the money fell into my bank account. And before I knew it, I tripped, I fell again, then my credit card fell into all those machines. That's why I have these Porsches and bungalows. Not my fault, sia. Sorry, cannot say sia. Malaysian mode. But either way, we can talk about Kong Hee all we want, but that's not the problem that we are dealing with in Malaysia. The problem that we are dealing with is with this Zakat, which is not just money for the poor, it's actually money that was diverted away. But most of all, it is yet another betrayal of a very significant group of people in our country who have a different religion from me, but there's no reason why I can't feel sorry for them, because if you think about it, it's like y'all keep on getting betrayed over and over again by your own community, and you are told that you have to be good, you have to follow along, and if you keep on praying, then you will have a good afterlife. But somehow or another, the people who are in charge of stewarding you towards that afterlife are some of the worst in the entire country. So I don't know what y'all feel, right? But I personally feel sorry for all of you, even as I feel sorry for all of us in Malaysia who are facing this kind of penunggang agama behavior. But hey saboops, on the bright side, once more, and as a Malaysian, I have to say this, when all else fails, just remember, we beat Singapore. That's all to say about that, and bye.